So, Voyager Digital's latest quarter just came out on November 16th, and there's been a massive flock of new investors just in the last month. So I wanted to create one easy video that could easily be shared to show every single reason for why I'm buying Voyager Digital stock. I'm going to be numbering every single reason up here, that way it's easy to actually go back through and sort through all my reasons, but I've not added any additional fluff than what's already there. The 28 reasons are exactly what was in my thesis for whenever I bought the stock to begin with. Anyway, let's just jump right into it, no more fluff. Did you know that in the App Store for Voyager Digital in the United States, their actual App Store ratings compared to their competitors has grown dramatically? Yet their forward PE ratio is only 30.5 times, which actually evaluates their multiples at about half of what their competitors are, like Coinbase. Yet whenever it actually comes to the actual statistics, like funded accounts for example, they went up 29% in their latest quarter, whenever their other competitors, like Coinbase, actually decreased in that quarter. Which means that we're not just growing at the rate at which crypto markets are growing, which is already insane as it is, we're actually growing faster than that because we're actually gaining market share. And that's incredible because this company was founded in 2018, and yet the market cap already is about $3 billion. And a lot of people believe in this company's success. For example, held by insiders, the actual founders and executives of this company hold about 7.7% of this business, which means that they're going to work very hard to make sure that this company is extremely successful. They've even received big investments from actual strategic partners like Alameda Research, for which they got $75 million investment, as well as UCO, that's actually doing their debit card transactions, for which they saw another $1 million strategic investment. The $76 million new dollars for Voyager Digital is not the exciting part. The exciting part is knowing that the people that actually see the true back end of Voyager and are believing in their success and wanting to put their actual own dollars down on what they're seeing in the back end of this company is really what's getting me excited. True crypto experts betting on this company. Even Voyager Digital wants a bigger piece of their own company, considering that they announced a normal course issuer bid for which they're allowed to buy back around 5 to 10% of their own publicly traded stock. Pretty much saying that if we're not going to buy their shares, they are, because they know how undervalued they are, and it's exactly why I bought the stock myself. But right now they only trade on the actual over-the-counter markets or the Toronto Stock Exchange. Definitely not as big as the actual American markets that are very regulated. That could explain lower investor sentiment right now, but they are seeking actual new listings on the NASDAQ by 2022. But unlike Coinbase or really any other crypto exchange, Voyager Digital is only available in the United States right now, which means that there is a ripe possibility for expansion, considering that Coinbase is in over 100 different countries right now. And that being said, actually, they're actually aiming to launch in Europe right now, getting the proper regulation, as well as Canada, after they actually went to their Commission Securities to actually get a license to sell their products in Ontario. And as crypto starts to hit more of a utility phase now, Voyager Digital does not want to fall behind. So they actually acquired Coinify, a leading crypto payment processor and provider that is actually giving them a huge boost to their revenue already. And they're also announcing that you're able to sign up for their new debit card with MasterCard, actually, which will be MasterCard's first debit card that they're going to release, with rewards up to 9%, and if you're actually a Voyager loyalty program member, that you can get up to 10.5%, which is just unbelievable and an absolute market leader. See, the announcement of the debit card coming out wasn't big news for investors, and it didn't really change the price of the stock all that much. But it was massive news for me because that meant that they were actually going to be putting out new personal routing and account numbers. This can lead to things like bill payments or even direct deposits. Now, if we know anything from Coinbase, direct deposits were a massive success and a huge boost to their assets on platform. This could be a massive way to bring on new investors that want to just grow their accounts slowly and not have to worry about signing a paper every single time that they want to put in new money. Now, in terms of actually marketing the company of Voyager, we've actually seen massive efforts in the last quarter whenever they announced that they became the official cryptocurrency brokerage of the Dallas Mavericks, which the owner is Mark Cuban, a very big crypto bull in the actual space as well. Even though they have all these new marketing expenditures and new sign-up rewards and everything like this, their actual balance sheet does not look that bad, even though they're growing so quickly. For example, they have cash of about $140 million when debt is about $48 million. So they're still very positive in terms of their cash and their debts, and that does not include any sort of cryptocurrencies that they're holding on their platform, for which is, bound to go up as well as the market goes up. Now, their revenue has gone up $66 million, which is actually up 3,280% year over year. okay? And that doesn't even include the $16 million that we've seen from the actual Coinify acquisition. But you have to remember that this was the quarter that ended September 30th, okay? Whenever that quarter, crypto spot prices were down 36% quarter over quarter. We're seeing these 3,000% gains in a bad quarter for crypto. And then whenever we look at the quarter ahead for Q4, we're actually seeing crypto prices hit all-time highs. And it's even better than Q2, which was another record-breaking quarter. So what's going to happen next quarter whenever we see even higher numbers for crypto? Anyway, I digress. Total verified users actually grew to 2.15 million users, which was actually up 23% quarter over quarter. Remember, that's going from a great quarter down to a bad quarter of 36% drop, even though we got so many new signups. Total assets under platform actually went to $4.3 billion, up from $2.6 billion of last quarter, which was up 65% quarter over quarter. And they've actually given us a glimpse into their present right now, for which they've already said that they have assets under management of $7 billion now, which is already up 63% in a month and a half from Q3. You have to just understand how insane the growth has been in the last couple of years, okay? So assets under management from December of 2019 was $5 million in assets under management. Today, like I said, $7 billion. It's not even 2 years. That's a year and 11 months later, and they've seen a 1,400% times increase on their entire assets under management. I truly have never seen that. Some companies don't do that in 30 years, okay? They've done that in less than 2. It's absolutely mind-blowing, and like that statistic alone just drives me crazy whenever I see that this actual company's, evaluated multiples are less than Coinbase's, for which I already think that Coinbase's multiples are half of what they should be. So this company is so undervalued, and I think it's purely just because of the actual platform that they're trading on. But like I said, I digress. A huge problem with a lot of people that are investing in crypto exchanges is the fact that their revenue is not diversified. It's just all in transactional volume. But with Voyager Digital, they're actually trying to get into a whole bunch of things, like the debit card thing that they're trying to do. Now they're trying to get into derivatives as well as the NFT marketplace. Transactional revenue on Coinbase, for example, makes up for about 90 to 95% of all the money that they make on their platform. But whenever we look at Voyager Digital, for example, it's not even 54%. Merchant services makes up another 17%, and then loaning services makes up another 17%. Staking rewards makes up another 10%, and then other revenue makes up the rest. And just another amazing win just stacked on all the other ones is the fact that the VGX token, which is the actual, staking rewards token for Voyager Digital, has actually gone on to be on Coinbase's actual assets that they can buy on their platform. Which doesn't sound like a big deal, but whenever you look at something like a crypto.com, for example, since they've gotten listed on Coinbase's, platform, is that they've jumped through the roof. Coinbase is a massive player, probably the biggest in the market, and that whenever your coin is accepted onto their platform, it leads it up to a whole new, amount of users to actually look at your potential coin. And whenever that coin goes up, it actually affects the users of Voyager Digital. In just the last week alone, in the last 7 days, VGX token has raised over 74% on their overall price. This could mean one of two things. One is that the Coinbase investors that are able to buy VGX tokens are absolutely in love with the platform and love the idea of Voyager Digital, or that the amount of actual transacting volumes and the amount of people that are actually using and staking the VGX token on their platforms has raised through the roof. Either one of these two options are absolutely amazing, and it just shows the true actual, potential for Voyager right now. So whenever you look at the average analyst for this company, which Wall Street analysts tend to be anti-crypto for the most part because they really don't understand it. They're placing this stock at a $29.50 a share right now, which actually leaves us with a 48% upside. Even the most bearish analyst right now that doesn't like Voyager Digital is placing this stock at around $21.51 a share, making for an upside of even 8%. So the person that hates this stock the most is going, hey, Tanner, you're still going to make 8% on your money, but, there might be better investments out there, but that's not, the average. That's just one guy saying that. The rest of the people are saying that this stock has a 48% upside, and then even some of the more bullish people like myself think that it's going to go even further. The total addressable market for crypto in general is just absolutely huge. Right? This is a quarter that we're seeing with the 3,000% gains and 65% quarter over quarter gains. That's not even year over year, right? Like 1,400 times the amount in a matter of less than 2 years is based off a quarter that did terribly. Now that we're going into a Q4 that's actually doing something, the price of this stock is not matching the momentum. People have their mindset wrong as if there's going to be, Binance is going to win, or FTX, or Coinbase, or Voyager Digital. Think about the banking sector. Not one wins, they all win. It's a bet on the crypto industry in general. There's always going to be a market for all of these competitors because, people get burnt by Coinbase or Voyager. They think that they've had a bad experience and they want an alternative. All of these competitors are going to do very well. I think Bitcoin prices will hit a price of $100,000 US, whether that happens this year or next. It's going to happen in a very short period of time with all the other altcoins, raising as well. And the actual total addressable market for crypto cannot be understated, and Voyager will be a huge beneficiary of this. Anyways, guys, that's the full list. Leave me a comment on what you guys would like to see next, but if you could, hit the like button down below and subscribe if you want to see more financial content just like this. Anyway, that's all for me today. Appreciate you watching. Until next time, guys.